Inhale fully, deeply, and completely into the abdominal, as if they are a balloon, and you want to inflate your balloon. Exhale, deflate your balloon. Use the abdominal muscles to push up the diaphragm into the lungs and expel all the air. So you inhale through your nose, inflating your balloon, inflating into the pelvic floor, and exhale, begin to pull up the pelvic floor, deflate your balloon, and draw the diaphragm up into the lungs, keeping the ribs still, and exhaling every ounce of air. So it looks like this. On the last exhale, keep the abdominals flat and tight and your corset drawn in. So we will inhale into the torso, into the abdominals. Exhale, draw the muscles down, sink down into the floor, pull in the front, the back, and the sides of your abdominal wall. Interlace your fingers, place them behind your head, place them underneath this ledge here, which is the occiput, and kind of give yourself a little bit of traction. You want to lengthen out the back of your neck, giving yourself a little bit of traction. Tuck your chin, and I don't mean like this, I mean as in pulling it back to tuck your chin, and we're going to look at the navel. So we're going to start with an inhale, tighten your corset. Exhale, scoop the abdominals under the rib cage. Inhale, coming down, tighten the corset. Exhale, scoop the abdominals under the rib cage. Inhale to tighten. Exhale to scoop. At no time am I curling up and pushing the belly out. I'm always scooping the belly in as if I want to slide my ribs into my pelvis. So inhale down and exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. We'll do about 10 of those. And we'll go one more. That should be about 10. Hold this last one up here. Inhale, tighten your corset. Draw the legs up to tabletop position, making sure the pelvis doesn't drop, but that we pull the pelvis back. So now we pull the pelvis into the floor and pull the ribs up. I'm going to stay up here in tabletop position. I'm going to lower one foot down, lower the other foot down. Notice how the lowering comes from my hips, not just my knees, but then lengthening out. And that's going to challenge the lower abdominals. So the exercise is that I'm scooping and pulling in the abdominals. The weights or the resistance are my legs. And I'm staying lifted through my upper back, my chin is tucked, and I'm lengthening through my neck. So my head is completely relaxed in my hands. I'm going to come back to the top. I'm going to squeeze my legs together, really hug the inner part of my legs. I'm going to inhale, lower my head and my legs, and I'm going to exhale, pull all the way up. I'm going to inhale to lower, and exhale up, and inhale, exhale. We'll go 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Stretch out those abdominals. I'm going to stretch through the lower back here, side to side, stretch that out. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tuck the chin, lengthening through the back of my neck. I'm going to look at my navel. It's as if I'm trying to lift from here. I'm not just lifting my head up and leaving this 8-pound head out here. I'm actually lengthening through my neck, and I'm lifting from my upper back and shoulders. That gets the shoulders up off of the floor. I'm going to pull one knee into my chest and lengthen the other one. I'm going to pull the abdominals down away from my thigh, and I'm going to switch and switch and switch. And notice I breathe through the switches. Keep breathing. Keep tightening in your corset. Keep scooping in the abdominals. Do about 10 on each leg here to really feel the abs nice and tight. If you feel a lot of strain in your neck, make sure that you're lifting from here and keeping that neck nice and long. From here, we're going to take our leg real to the ceiling. Grab as high as you can. If it's above the knee, that's great. If not, go below the knee. Just don't grab behind the knee. So grab as high as you can, and then we're going to switch those legs. And switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. One thing about really warming up those hamstrings here, my feet are reaching for the sky. Might even flex them a little bit if that feels better. Might do a little flex and pointing. Warm up those ankles. Good. Grab your knees, pull them into your chest, and drive your tailbone into the floor. So I'm pulling my knees into my chest, and I'm pushing my tailbone down at the same time, and that's stretching through my lower back. Okay. Tuck the abs in, head and shoulders up, looking at the navel. Inhale the arms and the legs out. Exhale, we begin our pulses. And inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, halfway there. And exhale, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, almost done. Exhale, 4, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's inhale, really reach, stretch, deepen the abs, and then pull the knees into the chest to relax. Here we go. Moving our feet just in line with our sit bones here, or just in line with our hip bones. Arms down by your side. Make sure you're lengthening through the back of your neck. Make sure your neck's not like this, but that you lengthen out the back of your neck. Shoulders down, shoulders and chest are down onto the floor. We're going to press through our heels, squeeze our glutes, and open the hips to the sky. Inhale to come down. Exhale to press. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to come down. Exhale to squeeze and press. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. At the top here, you should have a straight line from the sternum to the pelvis, through the thighs and the knees. I don't want to see you overarching here, and then I don't want to see you down here, because then you're not opening up your hips. You want to really squeeze the glutes to feel like you're opening up the front of the hips. And we'll inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Let's stay right here. We're going to press the left foot into the floor and lift the right leg. Take it out to 45. We point to lower and flex the glute. Point and flex. Point to lower, flex. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, take your right ankle over your left knee and drive that knee open. Inhale, bring the hips down. Exhale, press them up. Inhale, bring them down. Exhale, press them up. Good. And again, same thing. I'm pressing through my hips, through my legs, and I'm shooting out past my legs and into the sky. And inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And 3 and 2 and 1. Okay. Right foot comes down. Pressing up. Pressing the right foot into the floor. Take the left leg out. point to lower, flex to kick, point to lower, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Go ahead and take that left ankle over the right heel, lower the hips, and lift the hips, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. I'm really squeezing through my glute here, pressing through my heel and into my glute. And inhale, come all the way down. Next, I'm going to take my legs nice and long, and I'm going to take my feet about the width of my mat or my towel. I'm going to flex my feet and dig my heels into the floor. Take my arms overhead, and I always like to start with a big inhale. I open my fingers and my toes and my ribs and my abdominals, and then I exhale and I sink down into the floor, and I close my ribs and I connect them to my pelvis. Then I inhale at my arms, my head, my shoulders, exhale, scoop through the belly, and I come up over this big round beach ball as I press. And then I inhale lower, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and I inhale, and exhale. And it's as if I'm picking up a string of pearls from the floor, one pearl at a time, or one vertebrae at a time. And then I'm going to roll my spine back down, one vertebrae at a time. And I'm going to inhale and exhale. As my fingers drive forward, my ribs are driving back, and that helps me just scoop and really lift into the abdominals and press. And then I'm going to inhale all the way down. Good. And one more time. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Then I'm going to inhale. I'm going to stack my spine really tall here. So I'm going to find my sit bones. Make sure I'm not rolled back, but that I'm sitting. If this is tight through your hamstrings, you can soften your knees. But try to keep them as long as you can, the legs. And make sure you're getting on top of your pelvis. I'm going to inhale, lift through my spine. I'm going to take my hands on top of my head. Pull my shoulders down and lift my head up. That creates tension through the lats, and then my arms are set. Inhale nice and tall, and exhale through the right oblique as I lift. And inhale into my center, and exhale to my left. And inhale into my center, and exhale as I lift, 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 and inhale to lift. And exhale to lift, 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 and inhale to lift. And exhale, I keep lifting, getting taller and taller and taller and taller. Exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Now inhale. Now this time I'm going to exhale to my right. I'm going to round over my beach ball, take my left pinky to my right toe, and my right hand's going to rotate and reach behind me. I'm going in two opposite directions here, resisting myself. And I'm going to inhale nice and tall through my center and rotate. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good. Coming right back into the center. We're going to go ahead and roll the spine all the way down. Good. And we'll roll over onto the abdominals for some extension. After all that flexion, we have to do some extension. So, bring the hands under the shoulders. Pull the belly in. Feel like there's a blueberry underneath your belly, and you don't want to squish your belly. Or you don't want to squish your blueberry. So we never want to push the belly against the floor. We always want to pull it up off the floor. And you'll see that helps support my lower back. because my belly is off the floor, I'm going to squeeze my glutes, and that's going to press my pelvis into the floor, and that's what anchors me. I'm anchored at the pelvis, and that presses into the floor. And you'll see I go from here to here. A lot more active and engaged for my exercise. So, hands under the shoulders, shoulders stay down. If you're here, drop those chicken wings. I'm going to lengthen through the top of my head and lengthen through my spine and just float my chest up. And then exhale, float down. I'm going to inhale, tightening my corset, lifting and lengthening. And then exhale, lengthen as I come back down. And I'm going to inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, lower and lengthen. And inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, lift and lengthen. And inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, lower and lengthen. Next, arms reach overhead like you're Superman or Superwoman. Abs in as always. You're going to inhale, lift the arms and the legs, and exhale, float down. Inhale to float up. Exhale to float down. Inhale to float up. Exhale to float down. If you don't have the range of motion in your shoulder to reach overhead, bring your hands underneath your forehead, and you can lift from here. It'll look like this. Inhale to lift, and exhale. So you still want to pull the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulders back and down, and then float down. And inhale to lift, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. On this next one, we're going to lift and hold, and we're going to transition into swimmers. As we inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, tighten your corset, and exhale, scoop your abs. Inhale, lengthen your legs, and exhale. And inhale, 4, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze those thighs, reach nice and long, and float right back down. Go ahead and push back into a child's pose so we can stretch through the lower back. We're going to walk both hands over to the left, and we're going to stretch to the right. And I like to breathe into my right rib cage, opening it up and exhaling it down. To really feel how you can breathe into your back and into your rib cage. Okay, and we'll walk both hands over to the right. We'll breathe into our left side. I like to stretch for about 3 breaths. Now it's time to plank. When you do a plank, make sure that your shoulder is, or your elbows directly underneath your shoulder. That it's not out here, but that it's directly underneath. We're going to stack the legs. Now the planks are very important because they teach us how to hold tension in our body and how to hold our body in really great posture. If you start to drop the shoulder or you're trying to stagger your feet, you're not really learning that concept in your body. There is a way to do a modified side plank if you're new to it, in which you just bend the bottom knee, making sure the knee's not out in front of you, but that the knee is in line with the pelvis, which is in line with the shoulders and the chest, and the top leg is in line too. But this one's going to be a full side plank. We're going to stack our feet. I like to flex my feet, take a little bit more real estate into the ground. I like to drive my arm down into the ground, and I pull my armpit down, and that fires up my lats and my shoulder girdle, so that's going to support me. From here, I'm going to lift, keeping the chest open. You can either keep your hand here or here to keep it open, but you cannot keep it here. It causes you to round forward. So we'll hold our side plank for about 30 seconds. Abs in tight, squeezing our glutes, squeezing our thighs together. The more we press into the floor, the more it's going to press back onto us. And in about 5 seconds here, we'll have our 30-second hold. And now we're going to lower and lift our hips. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Roll 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Good. Come on down. Bend your knees. Grab your shin. Reach up high and over for a side stretch. Okay. When I think on this side, I'll show you the modified side plank. And that's with the bottom knee bent at 90 degrees. Notice how the knee's in line with the hips. It's not out in front. So I got my shoulders, my hips, my knees, and my ankles all in one line. I pull my shoulder down. If you're here, you're not supported, it's going to hurt in the shoulder. Pull the armpit down, fire up your lats, drive your foot into the floor and your knee into the floor, and lift and open. And we'll hold for 30 seconds. So this would be like a level 1 modified side plank. If you wanted to make this a little more challenging, you can add about 10 leg lifts. Notice how my pelvis is not dipped when I do it. Everything stays nice and contracted. Squeezing the glutes to keep the hips open. And after that, we do our lower and lifts as we inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And 4 and 5 more. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Coming all the way down, bending the knees, grab the shins, reaching up and over for the side stretch. We want to make sure we stretch in all directions, getting ready for our workout. Showing you different ways to do planks and these exercises, how you can make them easier or more challenging for yourself. So wherever you are today, you can just keep trying to get better. But there's always something you can do rather than focusing on what you cannot do. So now we're going to do the face down plank. Level 1 plank is elbows directly under the shoulders, legs together. We squeeze the legs together. It's all about tension. Hold everything together. And I'm just going to lift to my knees. Notice how I'm not here. Abs are pulled in. I'm connecting my pelvis and my ribs together. And I'm just to my knees. If you're finding that a little bit easier, speed up a little bit here. From the knees, press the balls of the feet into the floor and up onto your toes. Notice how my knees aren't sagging, my back isn't sagging. Push through your heels and squeeze your quads. Pull your belly in. Pull your ribs and pelvis together. Squeeze your glutes. Plank is a full body exercise. If you can hang out here for 5 minutes, you're not doing it right. And finally, we want to pull our shoulders and our lats back. Holding for about 30 seconds. If you would like a challenge, you can push through your toes, push through your heels. Push through your toes, push through your heels. I like to do this because I feel like it gets a little bit more ankle mobility for those stiff joints and ankles in the morning, especially if you have a lot of walking in your day. Okay. From here, we're going to go into a straight arm plank, which again is another modification. So if the forearm plank is easy, we can do a straight arm plank. We'll go up into, now this one I like the feet a little bit wider, hips distance apart. We're just going to inhale and exhale, push through downward dog. And then we'll inhale through plank and exhale, hips up, heels down. And then we'll inhale and exhale. And a couple more. Next, I like to bring the left leg underneath for a pigeon, and I call these active pigeons. So you're stretching to your hip, press up, and come back down. Notice how I'm doing a little bit of a push-up here too. So I'm warming up my chest and my arms. Before we work out, we want to kind of move through our stretches, called active stretching. We can hold a stretch at the end when we're nice and warm. Good. From here, we're going to bring one leg in front. So I'm kneeling on one leg. The other leg is in front, making sure that the foot is just about, or the ankle is just about under the knee. I'm going to inhale, open up into my hip. And I'm going to exhale, push back, just hinging back at the waist into my hamstring. Inhale into the hip. And exhale, push back. And again, I'm going to just move through these stretches. And one more here. And exhale. I'm going to switch sides. And inhale. Now, as I inhale and lift, I'm squeezing my glute. It helps release the hip here. As you squeeze this muscle will release. Then I'm just going to hinge back into my hamstring. And if your hamstring stretch is here today, that's just fine. It's wherever it is. And each time you try to reach a little bit further, and then inhale up. And exhale, maybe take the tailbone back a little bit further, the fingers forward a little bit further, and inhale. And exhale. Good. And again, we inhale. And exhale. Very good. You should be nice and warmed up and your joints are ready to go for your workout. Remember, warm-ups are very important and we often neglect them. But think about your joints as having this liquid that helps it move. And when we first start moving, that liquid is rather thick. And as we warm it up, that heat helps to thin out the liquid so that our joints can move a little bit better. Our tendons get a little bit more blood flow into them. And our muscles, the blood flow is going into our muscles. So now when we go into our workout, we don't risk injuring ourselves. So this could either be a really great workout, travel workout for beginning exercise, or just to help wake you up in the morning. But with my clients, this is actually their warm-up. So in the morning before we actually start the workout. So if you found this a workout, that's great. Just keep working at it and keep getting a little bit better. But if you found this a warm-up, great. Enjoy, and now enjoy your workout. Bye.